Alright guys, happy Monday. It's a busy week for us. There's a Gambler / Hoop DX event this weekend. So I don't know how many of you guys are interested in the four-wheel drive stuff, but that's what we got going on. So it's actually 2 days of racing, and it's at our local drift track, IMI, on their UTV course. So it should be pretty good carnage. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna break the car on day one. So instead, we're gonna add a little bit of Gambler, hopefully get like 20 cars together, just us friends, and head up into the mountains, camp that night, and then come down on Sunday and yeah, do the gambling. So I'm gonna take the old Avalanche, so there'll probably be a video or two on that this week, maybe just one. Me just getting it ready and things I'm gonna do to it. But I've seen a lot of comments lately about wanting lot tours. So there's over 100 cars here, so there's no way it could be in one video, but I like this idea, so I'm gonna start it, and we're just gonna we'll do like a row or an area at a time. So today we're gonna do ones that are like right here. So I'm just gonna go down the line. So we got Hamish's, M60 swapped E30. This one's on the channel quite a bit. It's not hard to find videos on it. If you guys wanna see it, click on those videos. But this is the very first car we ever built on the channel. This is my 1990, I think. Might be a 91. It is I don't know. That might be an 89, that might be a 91. Anyway, 535i, 5-speed, and I love this car. This was like the very first one we did anything with. If you're not from our channel from way back, we turboed this car for a roadkill event, the Zip Tie Drags, and we spectacularly blew it up the night before we were supposed to leave. We made it down there. It's in Tucson. We took it down there and then promptly put a new head gasket on it. That's what blew. We lifted the head, and it had bent rods when we were there. We thought about swapping the engine, but didn't end up doing it. So she's been sitting. We ended up putting another engine in it. I like rebuilt the one and put it in, and it still just never did what it was supposed to do. It's a true roadkill car. It never fails to fail. So I actually don't own this engine anymore. I don't own the turbo manifold. I don't own any of the engine related things or the turbo things that this had. Those have all gone to Zach. We made a trade for another vehicle that I'll show you in another one of these. Not today. But what about this car? It's on BC's. It was on the Angry Ass kit for the F30 sport brakes. Had a 3-inch exhaust all the way back. These doors locked. No. We put in these non-fixed back Sparco seats. I used to have a cool steering wheel. That's gone. I've kind of taken a lot of parts off this thing, but it's an awesome car. It's the first car we ever had on the channel, and I don't ever plan on getting rid of it. I actually have some pretty serious plans. It has staggered M systems on it too with turbines, so that's kind of cool. But I had serious plans for this car. I think they're still happening. We've gotten a late start on it, but there is a particular race that has just happened. And I wanted to get this car ready for that race next year. So I don't know if we're gonna have time. It's gonna need a lot of horsepower. I already have the engine that I want to put in this car. And yeah, I'm hoping to make some moves on it soon, but I got way too many projects and not enough time. But anyway, the roadkill car, as I call it, the black 535i. Will also had one of these that we made. It's like the second year roadkill. That one got sold to our friend Dylan. There was a dyno video of it recently. That's not the same car. Just so you know, there's two black 535s that were turboed. Then we have the E36 cart. We got this from Matt Sixberry at Sideways Fab, and yeah, I had plans to put a turbo M50 in another car, and the plans have changed, and all of that stuff that I had for that car is going to go into this. So I already have the engine. I already have the engine. I already have the turbo kit. I have subframes and everything to go back in this, and I would love to get this thing back on the road. And well, I guess more of the track. I don't know how much road stuff this car is going to do, but I think it'd just be a whole lot of fun, and all the crazy stuff we can do with this. We can cut out these rear fenders some more, maybe do some stuff in the front and do some like gambler type stuff. And yeah, pretty stoked on this thing. And if any of you guys remember this car from any of like the old Haggard videos or Matt's videos, like comment below. This thing is awesome and it's got a history. So next is my white 91 M5. I don't know if a lot of you know that I even own this car. I purchased it from Glenn Shelley and it was supposed to need an engine, but it turns out it didn't need an engine. The guy said he heard a weird noise. All right, apparently it stopped recording there. So yeah, I remembered after I couldn't get in there, there's a thing called service mode, or not service mode, I don't know, emergency access mode, whatever it is. When your batteries die and your E34 and your E32, normally your lock only turns to there, but if you lift the door handle, oh, it's locked now, it's unlocked. So see, I can only turn to there, but if I go like this, then I can get another like turn into it, and that turn right there opens the door. So anyway, see, I'll go over all this stuff again. So this is it, 91 M5, black interior, not in the worst shape actually, and I think it's at like 170,000 miles or something. Yeah, I ended up selling this car twice after I got it. I sold it to my buddy Jason, who just really wanted an M5. He had it for a while and then decided it was too much work for him to bring back to its former glory. So he didn't want to mess with it. He wanted it to be like perfect. It ran and drove when I gave it to him. And so then he bought it back from me, and then he bought the E39 M5 from me. And then as soon as I got it back, then Will expressed interest, so I sold it to Will. And then Will actually put it together, and that's when we found out that the engine wasn't actually bad. It just needed the plenum, boot, MAF, that kind of stuff put on, and it needed a new fuel pump. And then she ripped. I mean, it needs suspension, it needs lots of other stuff, but it drove. So yeah, and then Will decided he needed money, didn't want to do this anymore, and we had a deal. He had to sell it back to me before anybody else, and so I bought it. So I don't have any plans for this car. I don't want to get rid of it because it is an E34 M5 and they're pretty hard to find. This one is relatively rust free, it's not wrecked. Yeah, it's a good car. There's one thing that I messed up when I originally thought that it needed an engine. This was a long time ago, and my plan was to put a big turbo M30 in it, which, you know, we did. I thought that was the move with all the cars, but I put a wide grill hood on it and nose panel, and I kind of regret that now because it's like a bone stock M5, and yeah, no, it doesn't have the right stuff on it, and I gave away the nose panel, and I don't have any more narrow grill white hoods. So I don't know, we'll see if I rectify that situation or not. Either way, it doesn't run currently. The last time I tried to pull it in the shop, it just cranks and doesn't start. So I don't know if it needs a fuel pump again, or a crank position sensor or something, maybe a coil, I don't know. It cranked, no starts. I didn't try and diagnose it, just kind of sad, but it needs to come back. I'm sure a lot of you guys didn't even know this car existed. It's an E34 M5. It's one of like 1,700 US models. It's pretty cool. Anyway, next to it, we have my 1991 318i sedan E30. And this car was on the channel a really long time ago. And I was really about this car. I bought it in Vegas, and it was M52 swapped, but the swap wasn't done. It didn't run. And then I immediately, when we got back, threw an S50 in it. There's some videos on it. We'll link them right here. But yeah, I started doing stuff on it. Put a houndstooth interior in it, which is kind of half out of it. I painted the carpet black, so that's why the interior is out of it. But we got the full houndstooth. We got the almost houndstooth sports. I forget what these are called. It's a little rip there. It has a seat cover on it, but the passenger seat sport seat is mint. It had a crack-free dash, but from sitting now in Colorado, the dash is cracked even with that, so that's a bummer. I do have another one. I'll show you the hood, but it's under the hood. But I put an S50 in it, and then I ended up selling that to a guy in New York, and I put an S52 in it. So it's currently got an S52. I just need to finish the wiring. I ended up losing the key for it, so the key, and then the new one I got like sort of works. So I just need to get back to it, and hopefully before the end of the summer I'll get this thing driving. It's on these awesome, I did 5-volt conversion. It's got a rebuilt 325 LSD in it. It's got the ground control E36 M3 to E30 coilover setup, and it's got these 16-inch style 61s off of V12 E38, and it's just a cool car. I have new headlights for it that don't look like that, and yeah, it just needs finished. This one's definitely on the list. I love this car. So give me some motivation, write in the comments of E30. I know you guys want to see E30 stuff. I'm sure we get a ton of views and support, but I don't know, I was never a really big E30 guy, but I wanted to do it like at least once and do it like complete. So that's what I'm trying to do with this one. So we'll see. Car might be for sale when I finish it, might not. Depends how much I like it. Next to it, we got old Tinky Winky. We called this what, the Z3 MTech 3. It had the E30 headlights with the E36 M3 bumper that I destroyed drifting. Video above. This still just has the M44 in it. I was originally going to take this out. This was the car that was going to get the Turbo M50, but I've changed my mind on that, and I think it'd be more cool to see what kind of power we can make out of this. So I've been like keeping an eye out for supercharger kits. I might end up doing something with the Classic Daily guys, Jake over there, and see what I can get for like a micro squirt setup and like an M42 turbo manifold. But I just want to keep it 4-cylinder, keep it as light as possible, and just have a blast with it. We took it drifting that one time and realized that a 410 is not good with a manual. It needed angle, and yeah, and I kept running off track and ripped the power steering cooler out of it, and then we didn't have power steering anymore, and it was pretty much not drivable. It's still currently good to go. I still need to put the power steering back in. Oh yeah, I welded an E30 sport seat into it. But the starter doesn't currently work. So you have to like roll start it each time. And that was one of the problems originally that it was having. So I don't know what the hell's going on with that, but I'm sure it's some sort of wiring thing. But I'll figure it out. I love this thing. My goal was to get it under 2,000 pounds. There's a cool video of me taking it through a car wash if you're curious. But, and then I think the last car that's going to be in this video is the potential giveaway car. It's right here. It's a 99 E39 wagon. It's black. It's got some really cool Apex EC7s on it. Like they're like 18 by 9.5 all the way around. And yeah, I have a ton of parts for this car. Just need to get on it and put it together. I have like a M5 front bumper. I have a new hood that's not wrecked. Main thing is I have a full 6-speed swap for it, so we can get rid of that auto that's in there, and like black center console and stuff. And then I kind of want to paint it. The roof is kind of faded, and then the hood's got those issues. I have another black hood, but I think it needs paint. And then it's hit right there. We were pushing it in the lot, and I kind of dented it right there. It needs love, is pretty much where it's at. And I would really love to start working on it. I thought we were close. The key got taken from us or misplaced or something happened. There's no key. So buddy Greg at Boost Monkey made me a key for it, and it doesn't turn in the ignition. It turns in the door lock, but it doesn't turn the ignition. So anyway, it's still here. I'm still trying to figure out the best way to do the giveaway with it, but obviously it's not in a state to give away, so I don't think it really matters. But yeah, it's here, and I want one of you guys to have it. But we'll close the video there. It's pretty hot. I think I'm gonna go get back inside and get some work done. It's gonna be a busy week for me, just trying to like clean up stuff and get organized, but I'm gonna try and do a video every day for you guys. So I don't know if there'll be more of these or what we got going on, but I guarantee you and promise you that the Turbo E30 stroker build will start this week. So thanks for watching. Bye.